Hello, everyone, and welcome to State of the Realm, your weekly Final Fantasy XIV podcast. This week, isn't it obvious? We're going to be talking about 4.5, our first impressions of the first little bit of content for 4.5. We're going to have to do a lot of these shows as the various pieces of content release over the next several weeks, months, all the way leading into Shadowbringers. But can't do a show alone, so I'm going to be one of your hosts, Michael, Mr. Happy Pope Roma. Of course, joining me, Slyh, aka Slythefox, aka Slyakagreyfox, aka my boy Blue. Not Blue Mage yet, though. How you doing? You know that's happening in 2 weeks for the show. Like I'm doing that and saying, Slyh.
You couldn't wait. You really couldn't wait.
No.
To make that. I was giving you. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. My sleep schedule is just fixing itself just in time for me to wake up at 2 a.m. again to do Blue Mage on Tuesday. So that's why it's on my mind, Slyh. Sorry.
At least you have a decent sleep schedule. Like you're not playing all the shit that's coming out in January. You'll get a break before Kingdom Hearts 3, so that's good.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Anyway, whenever we do patch impression shows, we always like to have a guest, and for this one, we decided to bring on our very special samurai buddy here, Fahros. What's up, Fahros?
What's up, guys? Great patch. Exciting to talk about it.
Yeah. It's going to be, it's weird because normally these shows are kind of the ones where you have to look at them and go, man, let's make sure these don't go over 2 hours. But I have a feeling that because of the way they're doing 4.5, we probably won't have that issue.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Right. Well, before we get started, we are moving into a new format. Slyh was giving me a look like, don't you forget, because we just talked about it before the start of the show. We want to make sure that we talk about our Patreon sponsors and our SteelSeries sponsorship, like not all at the end of the show. So here at the beginning, I'd like to remind you that don't forget this show is sponsored by SteelSeries, and every month they do a giveaway for the show. Go to the YouTube videos, click the little Gleam link on the bottom, and enter. It's free stuff, and if you're ever curious about more SteelSeries stuff, there's always a link in the description of the YouTube video or exclamation mark SteelSeries here in the Twitch chat. So thank you, SteelSeries, for sponsoring the show. We also have Patreon sponsors, but we'll talk about them later in the show. But thank you all the same. You'll just get your names mentioned later. Fahros with the pantomiming, as always, whether it be PogChamp faces or hearts or thumbs up or...
Yeah! See, all you had to do it this time in chat. Like, he's here. So during the middle of the show, like, you're just going to see a PogChamp face from Fahros. And I don't... Like, he always gives me shit all the time. I see you, Slyh. I know you're typing. Like, nope, I ain't typing.
I have the chat open, and I'm reading the list from over here, and I just see him in the chat. And I'm just like...
He's there.
And if he doesn't do it, everyone else does it, and he waits till a bunch of other people have done it. The difference being, he has the VIP symbol next to his name, so I know when it's him without even looking. As soon as I see the little like diamond shaped thing, I'm like, I know that's Slyh. I know it. So, okay, with thanking our sponsors off the start of the show, 4.5 is here, and I'm suddenly wishing a lot more things were front-loaded in 4.5, because as much as I like that Blue Mage is a week later, everything else, I'm like, I want it now. I don't want to wait for part 2, Slyh. That's what I don't want to wait. And this isn't the spoiler cast, so I can't even talk about it.
Can't even talk about it.
Nope.
No spoilers, everyone. I mean, I'm sure 1 or 2 slip out. It always happens. Like with boss names, maybe, or something, but not plot points.
Prepared and had a song prepared and everything.
You have a song prepared?
Dang.
Yeah.
Now I really want it to be Tuesday.
Yeah, that might be
spoiler cast.
All right. Well, tune in Tuesday, everybody.
Can you give me like a spoilerless line from the song?
No. It's too obvious.
All right, fine.
I mean, what would it be good for?
Oh, all right. I know. Okay. All right. Don't need any more. That's it. I get it. Fahros, I don't know that you get it 100%.
I didn't hear what he said.
He said, "What is it good for?"
Oh,
There.
no,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
No, you didn't pay attention when you did the main story. I would know. I can't even give you any more hints. That's it.
No.
I mean, it's too obvious.
Well, now I'm looking back and trying to remember everything, and I'm getting lost. Never mind.
Did you ever see Rush Hour?
I must have seen Rush Hour. Isn't there like 4 of them though?
3, but
The
yeah.
song.
Okay, close enough.
The song he sang.
Yeah, but even if I think he knows the song. I don't think he gets what that has anything to do with anything. I think that's what's lost. Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll be all right. It'll be all right.
I'll feel like an idiot about this Tuesday. It doesn't matter. We're okay.
There you go. Yeah, it's all right. I've seen Rush Hour far more times than I want to admit. And I have Final Fantasy XI to thank for that. Anyway, so it's not a Final Fantasy XI show, that's a 14 show. So because we can't talk about spoilers, the thing I want to talk about most is the thing we can't talk about almost at all. And that's the MSQ.
We can talk about the execution.
We can do that.
We can do that.
So without spoilers.
Without spoilers, I'll go ahead and start off by saying.
Oh, you weren't gonna let our guest go first? Wow. All right, fine. No, Slyh. Let me know what you want. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Oh fuck. Okay. Good. Make me feel like a dick. Trying to segue and everything. Fuck. I thought it brought the desired effect, which is what we are feeling right now. I want more. I want fucking more. I can't wait. So yeah, it did it really well. And like the way the cutscenes played out, the way the ending cutscene played out, because I'm used to seeing a lot more. We're used to, for a post MSQ cutscene to be fairly long, and it was just.
It was there's a part 2.
Oh yeah.
That's all you need to. That's all you need. You already knew that, but there's a part 2, and that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Is kind of how it felt by the end of it all.
Yeah.
To me, it wasn't a cliffhanger. It was you've already fallen off the cliff, and you're just in free fall for the next month or two, waiting to hit the ground. That's how it felt to me.
That's an accurate way of putting it. I was a little for the first part of it. I was like, there were some things that we heard and that we got to see that were anywhere from like finally to okay, wow, that didn't go entirely how I expected it. A lot of that has to do with the trailer and the way the trailer presents certain scenes. We always talk about the way
True.
they present things in the trailer versus the way that we end up seeing them. Happens every patch, so there's not really much to learn from that. But then when it was all over, I was like, you can't end there.
I was screaming.
You literally can't. Why?
I was screaming. You can't do this. This can't be it.
You can't.
Shit, and I'm like, okay, I know part 2's coming. I'm okay.
It's like the problem is we know what the premise of the expansion is already, and we now know where we left off, and we now know what from the trailer we haven't seen, and we have to put those pieces together to figure out what the fuck happens and be anxious for the next 2 months.
This is why it's so awesome, though, is that even with exactly what you just said, I still don't think it's that predictable where we're going from here. I don't think there's like a clear answer. And this patch of story did everything to me. It made me shout in excitement. It made me mad. It made me annoyed, and it made me confused. And there's all these open-ended questions and all these different paths that could go from here. I think it was great.
And that's what a good patch is supposed to do. It's supposed to take you on a ride.
They nailed it. Yeah, I think they nailed it.
They
With this
fucking
one.
nailed it. And another thing that I loved about this patch, and I find it rare in most story patches that they kind of ripped off a lot of fucking band-aids. They didn't make any bones about it. They just
That's
straight
true.
ripped off the band-aid. And it's like, okay, all right. They weren't gonna like. There was enough teasing. Like they actually like to play a game with you and like tease for like however many patches until near the end of an expansion. No, they just rip these shits off. And I'm like, okay, I'm all right with this. Like I don't keep me waiting. I'm all right with this.
But they are keeping us waiting. 2 months. It's like a lot happens in 2 months. Both of the fan fests, Kingdom Hearts 3, Devil May Cry, Resident Evil 2 Remake, all that's going to happen before I fucking get my closure.
The mathematician announcement. Sorry. What?
So,
Huh? I don't know what you said. I don't know what you said. I actually don't know what you said.
I said the arithmetician announcement.
No, all right. That's no.
arithmetician.
Yeah.
I think I had a question. So, do we think the next storyline patch is going to be the last one?
Yeah.
For Shadowbringers?
Yeah. Part 2 is always the last one before we get anything else.
Okay. Dang. The finale is that close.
And then after the finale, I mean, early summer is in the past. All 3 expansions have been early summer, and they've all meant the 3rd or 4th week of June, pretty much. So if we go late March, which we could presume is the last Tuesday of March, right after the final FanFest, then if not literally the Tuesday before, it's literally looking to be an exact 3-month wait from that moment.
Okay.
And that just reminds me that I really want it to be June.
Yeah. No
I want it to be March, and then I want it to be June.
To be June.
I'm going to have
You have
to...
to wait 2 months after that. It's 2 more months. You got to wait 2 months for the extra for the part 2 patch, and then you got to wait 2 more months for the fucking expansion.
3 more. End of March, and then April, May, June. The earliest we'll see is it could be July even, but the earliest is 3 more months.
But that is better than having a 6-month wait right now. Yeah.
Well, it's 6 months till the next Savage raid, so it depends on how you look at it. Because that would be a month after the release of Shadowbringers. So
yeah,
that's its own consideration at the very least. The good news is we will have. It won't be the end of the amount of story we get. Hildebrand obviously still has to finish up. Eureka has to finish up.
Right.
Blue Mage has its own job quest and story and lore that we're gonna obviously explore before then. And there's going to be roller coasters all the way between world visiting and Crystal Data Center and all that stuff happening before Shadowbringers comes out. So it's going to be a roller coaster for the next several months. And I hope you guys like emotional ups and downs, because I'm sure it'll be full of them.
We're used to it. We're fine.
Yeah. So yeah, with the MSQ ultimately pretty well delivered, but I couldn't accept that it ended there. I couldn't. But it did.
It's just I can't do it. I mean, listen, I was screaming all the same, but I was okay, I would almost rather be spaced out. I feel like how they are spacing things out more, I do approve. I like it. It just gives me more time to digest everything. It gives me more time to go through everything at my own pace and go through everything on multiple characters too. So I don't know.
I lost the patience to do that last one a long time ago.
Yeah.
No, I know it's not bad. I've done it, but I don't want to.
I just started doing it recently. The only reason I started is because I want a character to raid with friends with, and then one to pug with. So I just recently got my second character max leveled for the first time ever. So I still have that new experience of being able to do different things on 2 different characters, and it's almost kind of exciting. But I don't know how long that'll hold up.
I don't know. It depends on your attitude, because I just got tired of gearing 2 characters. I guess the thing for me is that especially towards the end of the expansion, in 2 months it'll probably just unlock Alphascape Savage anyway. So this is more future proofing for 5.0 if anything.
Right. Yeah, that is what I'm most focused on.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we have to move away from talking about the MSQ because we can say nothing, but we can talk about the dungeon a little bit, Gimlet Dark.
Okay.
That's content. Some people don't 100% agree. A lot of people haven't liked my opinion on Gimlet Dark.
You don't like it?
Okay.
I think it's one of the least fun max level dungeons that we've gotten the whole expansion.
I don't know if I can say why I like it so much.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I like it for other reasons, but from a gameplay standpoint, I would much prefer I would go back to the Swallow's Compass, the Burn, what was the 4-point Scala? I enjoyed all of those from a gameplay. And you know what I think it is? I think it's because there's only so many more times I can see an Iron Giant and actually give a fuck.
Yeah, or a like any sort of machine weaponry that we've seen before. Let's say that, right? There wasn't anything like, oh, I haven't seen that before.
Garlean weaponry is just, I've
right.
done it so many times.
That's fair.
It didn't have that samey feel as like Baelsar's Wall or any Magitech type dungeon we've been in. It felt different. There was a lot going on. And I said the chat while I was doing the dungeon, I want to go back just to kind of space out for a minute and see what the fuck is going on around me.
Yeah.
Because we just kind of rushed through it and everything, and that's fine. But yeah, it didn't feel as samey as your normal Magitech dungeons, but it felt like I want to see everything again.
I didn't need to fight 3 Iron Giants back to back with the NPCs killing one of them. I really didn't need it.
Man, the NPCs though, that got me hyped. The NPCs in the dungeon the whole way through, I was getting pumped. Just that, because how the NPCs were at the forefront of it, I felt like running through it, I felt like that was unique. I'd never seen them that involved ever.
Well, they got to get that trust system ready for 5.0, man. They got to test it out.
They're doing a good job.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this kind of AI back in 3.5 Part 2, where there's a solo instance where you have Gosetsu and a few other characters, and they'll dodge out of AoEs and everything there. This was the first time we kind of saw it in a dungeon, but I don't know, like, for what was supposed to be a massive battlefield, I just didn't get that vibe as well. It was cool, but
it felt kind of small, didn't it?
Yeah. It felt like, especially after doing the burn, which felt huge, and rightfully so, being in a huge desert.
Yeah, I guess we were in, I mean, I don't know if I can say what we were in, but I guess maybe that was intentional, that it felt kind of closed in.
Well, the Gimlet Dark, I mean, it depends on what you're going to say, because the Gimlet Dark is an area between Alamigo and Ilsabard.
But it was like trenches, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all. It looked like it was made for war before we got there.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe that was intentional, how it felt like narrow and how you got just walls of junk all around you and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. It's not a dungeon I would be excited to get in my expert roulette again. I'd much rather get I'd much rather get the burn, which is still in there, personally. I don't know. That was just me. A lot of people were surprised I didn't really like it. And not to mention, I probably would feel a little bit better if the bosses, were able to kill me in any remote form, because these were some of the weakest bosses that
they were weak.
So far.
But you went in I-400, right?
Yeah, but I went into Swallow's Compass I-370, and the first few pulls wasn't too bad, but like that dungeon I had a very different emotion towards.
Are they sinking you in there though? I forget.
Well, they are now. Yeah, not in the new one.
Right, exactly. So we're like really strong as anyone's ever going to be in there.
But when I look back to Scala and Swallow's Compass, the 4.1 and 4.3 dungeons, they just felt better to do. I really do think it's just the Garlean aesthetic is like, I get it, and it's not like going anywhere. I think that's a big, big reason. And Mist Dragon in the burn was so good that I think no matter what, this one was gonna like, man. But there's a mechanic on the final boss where it's a DPS check, and if you don't finish them, you die. There are people who have like lost their entire groups, and as a DPS, one DPS soloed the whole check. That's how like lenient it is.
Yeah, that's whack.
I was really tempted just to like fucking fail the DPS check just to see what the fuck happens.
Just to see.
I just want to see something special.
And you want to know what the funniest joke about that is that I keep seeing around the community? They say, very few people have seen this strategy, and then they do one mechanic, and then they say, and even fewer people have seen this, and then they start charging up the enrage, and I was like, well, no wonder no one's fucking seen it. The DPS check is so easy. Yeah. That's why no one's fucking seen it, you two idiots. Because you need to hurry your asses up. Yeah. So
that's funny.
Yeah, I was pretty entertained by the choice of words of even fewer have seen this, because I was like, you're right, no one's seen it at all. So yeah,
that clap was pretty hyped though.
Oh yeah.
I love the high five there in the middle.
Oh man,
that was a treat. I love it,
dude. You can even hear it. It's like so good.
Yeah, those two There's not really much to like spoil about those two, about the last boss, because you don't really learn anything about them. At best, you figure out that they're you know a little bit about them because you see them in the trailer. The two twins, and I don't feel like this is spoilers. This was in the fucking trailer. Those two, you see them in the dungeon in the trailer, so it's not really much to say about that. And you don't you know them from the previous scenes because we know who those two are, but they so far are so inconsequential we don't really care. I guess
I didn't even remember who they were.
They had names.
They're the two guards in the palace in the Garlean the Garlean headquarters.
I guess we can call them Varys's aides, I guess.
Well, yeah, kind of like that. And some people say they're Zorn and Thorn from Final Fantasy IX. They don't act as stupid as Zorn and Thorn, not even remotely. But their color scheme and whatnot is very similar to Zorn and Thorn. But there's personal guards. Yeah, they're basically Varys' personal guards, and that's all we know.
Okay.
And if those are his personal guards, I don't have much faith in them after this dungeon because this shit's it's not working well for them.
Then Varys must be a bitch.
Dude, Varys is totally a bitch.
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned. Very much. But hopefully we learn more about them. But that's my thoughts on that. I don't know if you guys have any different thoughts regarding the dungeon, if there's something you liked particularly, but that's how I feel.
I liked it. Yeah, I mean, I disagree a little bit, but I already explained why. I really like how I like how much the NPCs were a part of it. And if you haven't done it yet and you're listening, keep an eye out when you're in there. There's things to see, and don't just speed through and don't just focus on the things you're killing. Take a second to look around, and I think you'll enjoy it.
You should generally do that. Like, that's how you find the snowman in the Shiva arena.
Yeah, way off in the background, right?
There's just the snowman way in the back. There were snowmen for the Christmas event. Like, you could find random snowmen, like, tucked in corners, like, unreachable to the player at times.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're just creepy snowmen like this, like, peeking around corners and stuff. It's pretty nice. Speaking of which, when does Heavenstern end?
I don't know. I didn't even know it was still going.
Very inconsequential.
Yeah, I didn't do that one.
Slyh with the power of Google.
Hit up Google. Next Tuesday.
There you go. There is something the chat brought up. I'm not going to bring it up now, and I'd like that person to return and bring that up in the spoiler cast episode. I think it's not too spoilerific, but January 15th is when it ends. Okay, but I think it's an interesting point that Ethis would like to touch upon. Okay, so what's next? Do we do Serryu, or I think we do Serryu before we do Orbone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
Serryu has he's got Zervan fever. I like to call it.
What's that mean?
It means that he is the biggest pushover of all of them, pretty much.
What?
Byakko is debatably easier, but
debatably,
I think it's debatable because I think before everyone started using tank LB3, Byakko had like a slight more edge to him. Now, like post LB3 strat for Byakko, it's like no fucking way, 100% easier kind of thing.
Yeah. Man,
I say he's forgiving.
Keep in mind that I'm talking about like let's just say that like 50 on the dot is like, let's say out of 100 I'm giving Serryu a 50. Byakko, the difference between tank LB3 and not is like 49 and 51, not like 35 or 60 or something. I'm talking about like a point off.
I don't know. I've been having this conversation so much with people lately, and I just feel like difficulty is such a subjectively defined thing when it comes to Final Fantasy. Because, man, like I view Serryu out of all the primals this expansion as up there under Shinryu. I don't think there's many more people harder than Serryu besides Shinryu. I view him, I have Suzaku and Serryu under Shin. And some people are like, he's the easiest one yet. And I'm just thinking, dang. So you got Snake knockbacks plus Yin or Yang Dragon plus Slam. And he's the easiest yet. And that's just slaying half my party at a time.
So here's the thing about that is maybe if the knockback was actually dangerous, I think a big reason why I have no issue with this, is you can't fall off. You can hit the water.
You can hit the water.
And that'll get you killed if something hits you afterwards.
Yeah.
But you're not dead. I've had 4 people get dropped in the water like in the early clears, and they just walked out. When they're just like, all right.
Yeah, it's not
It's
instant.
mechanic. Yeah.
And on top of that, it's like stepping in and out of something has never been like. I didn't even know that he jumped to the furthest person the first bunch, like the first whole day I did it, because we were all just standing together anyway. So he was like, all right, here he is. What's up, bro? That was it. I didn't even have to think about it.
I mean, he's an EX Primal at the end of the day. He's never going to compare to like truly difficult things like Savages or Ultimates. But when you compare him to other EXs, I don't think he's a pushover.
I mean, he's generally speaking, he's not. But speaking compared to, I guess, I think that generally he didn't really have, his gimmick wasn't interesting. Wasn't as interesting. It was fun to do. It was easy to figure out. It was easy to identify. But like certain gimmicks like Byaku's grab, for example, grab and split. Like this guy had just 2 splits, and that was like there was no other aspect to it. There was no like, I don't know. It just wasn't super stressful. But I think that I had the most fun doing Serrha versus the other ones, and I think it's because I didn't have to fight falling asleep like I did in the other 2 fights.
He's got great pacing.
Yeah.
Don't you think? It's one thing after another, and it doesn't feel that repetitive because they mix it up pretty well throughout the whole course of the fight. Maybe towards the end, you've seen everything and it's starting to repeat, but I would say for like the first 70% of them, at least first 60% of them, you're pretty much getting ding, 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 and just going through the list of mechanics, I think.
Now the first phase is a little bit, kind of.
They're all like that, though. Like, I think the only one that had a decent first phase might have been Suzaku.
Yeah.
And that's only because of the birds.
And I think probably every melee on the planet just started taking the stack anyway, because there's no reason not to.
I do on my main, but when I'm in I-380s, that stack starts to hurt that 5th element after.
Yeah, because like we're not like in the first phase, you're not taking any raid wide damage after, so why
oh yeah, everybody got to take that one.
Yeah, you take that one. You take that.
Everybody got to take that one.
If I don't take it, Tornado Kick gets kind of bad. If I don't take it, my Tornado Kick is like that close from fucking ruining everything. So I have to take it. I don't give a shit.
And chat just reminded me of something. They were.
We were getting to the memes. we needed to absorb this one aspect at a time. Because if we start talking about memes, that's.
Did anybody notice that though? The meme before it got posted on Twitter.
Everyone was pointing it out to me throughout the whole time I was streaming it, so I just kept reading it. Like there's so many. There's welcome to die. There's welcome again to die. There's they see me rolling, they hating. There's I rock again, I still rock again, or whatever it is. Yeah. And there's roll out, there's these Shiki are they're just memeing the whole. Like, I thought Koji had a lot of fun with Year of the Cock, but I don't know, maybe he had more fun with this.
He had more fun with this, I think.
And it's so subtle too, because unless you stop and read, you won't notice. Yeah. It's not like Year of the Cock where it's shoved in your face. That didn't come out right. But it's still like, there. That's there it is. But anyway. And it was just, somebody had to notice eventually, basically. And then everyone's like, I didn't even notice that. Yes. I appreciate it. And then I called the big guy Big Chungus. And he's an absolute unit.
Everybody's calling him Big Chungus now. He's Slam.
Yeah, Big Chungus Slam.
Yep.
And most people, including myself, for the first, I think maybe 30 minutes, I was like, what dungeon is he from again? He's from Swallow's Compass. He's the first boss of Swallow's Compass, yeah.
But he's like a lighter blue in there. But it's supposed to be
I am colorblind, I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know. I don't know if he's lighter blue or whatever.
Is it really the same dude?
I don't think it's the same guy, but it's the same exact.
It's the same kind of thing. Okay.
Or the second boss. Sorry, the second boss.
Yeah, the one who's got the he does the fist slams and he shoots the water and stuff.
Yeah, someone made a fan art where he's Bongo Cat. I like that too. I like that. That's a good one. But yeah, I would take a million Seryus over another Byakko at the very least for me. Like, but from like fight pacing, execution wise. The only
they
thing,
did great.
yeah, it's the kind of thing that makes me already think about Ultimate like 2 years from now. Like when these
The
four
lords.
yeah, when the four lords are eventually their own Ultimate.
That'll be a good Ultimate, man.
Just don't make me do the air phase in Byakko, for fuck's sake, in Ultimate. I don't want an Ultimate Byakko air phase. If it's Byakko's air phase while you're doing Suzaku's DDR, while the Shiki are rolling into everyone.
Imagine. Wow. No, you just nailed it. No, they have to do that now. That's it. And the balls are shooting way faster. And you're getting pushed by the snakes, and you got to push yourself to a certain color.
And people love fun shit like that. After seeing the fun, like the one part of Orban at the end of Orban, that was pretty fun. Like it was.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to talk about that. And Ethos is going to have a field day with that.
Like I love that shit. Like just fun little mechanics. Yeah, put that in there. Throw all the gamey mechanics into Ultimate. Make it fun.
Well, that's the thing I loved about Seryus. He didn't have a gamey mechanic. Then we mentioned that from the live letter where they said that the guy who designed Seryu, they specifically said that Byakko and Suzaku's like intermissions kind of dragged on, especially when you had to do them multiple times. And this doesn't drag on. It's a combination of Sephiroth plus a couple of other things, and it's paced really well. Like it's something I could do and not feel terrible about every time I do it. And I'm glad. I'm happy for that design choice. And it also teaches everything you need to know for the last phase anyway, which is very useful. I always appreciate when fights do that, and they've done that a lot more in Stormblood. How's your guys' luck been mount-wise?
I haven't seen one on my main. I killed it for the first time on my alt today, won the mount first kill. It's like, damn, everybody went nuts. My alt still has a sprout, dude. he's got Seiryu dog. It's my only one.
That's like in my old static, somebody made a sprout to do alt runs with, and they beat Ultimate with that sprout.
Oh, I want to do that so bad.
They did uwu with it, yeah.
That would be great.
It's always good when you get, because then when like somebody sees the footage, they're like, wait,
what?
What's that sprout doing in there? Especially people who like aren't familiar.
When does the sprout go off on its own? I know you can turn it off, but when does it go off on its own?
It's like such a high number of hours now. I think it's like 180 hours. I don't know. It's some crazy amount of hours that like takes forever to actually like see it go away now.
I'm keeping it on, man. I'm gonna try to get 80 with a sprout.
Well, you better not play it anymore, because then every time you log into it, you're wasting time, pretty much.
Yeah, true. Hey, can we talk about the music on Seryu before we move on?
So this is another reason why I said he got Zervant. He's the only one without lyrics. Zervant was the same way. He's the only one without lyrics.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
he got full on Zervant.
That was one of the first things I noticed.
What'd you say, Sly?
That's one of the first things I noticed.
Like, really?
I noticed in the trailer, yeah.
Is it just out of the four lords, or is it out of all the primals?
Well, Genbu has the generic boss theme, so for dungeons.
Right. Okay.
No, I don't. Yeah, I think. Well, I'm trying to think. Tsukiyomi's was really good, but I don't think Tsukiyomi's have lyrics. I don't remember.
Yeah,
it did. Oh, yeah, it did.
Yeah,
I was thinking because I know that the part early on doesn't. The part that's basically the mesh of like Stormlight, but the later part does. Yeah, it's been a while since I did Tsukiyomi. Shinryu doesn't, obviously.
Susano, if we're talking about Stormblood altogether.
Susano's still, dude. After all this time, I still love Susano. I just love him.
Yeah, he's cool on his own, right?
He's just such a cool guy.
Yeah,
I guess Shinryu technically does, but it's like that Latin singing that like doesn't actually mean anything.
Every time I go and do Susano now, I'm like, I don't remember him being this small. I feel like I've gotten bigger and he's gotten smaller. He's kind of a little dude.
He's not that big. Ravana's not that big either. I mean, they're like the same size, him and Ravana.
You think so? I feel like Ravana would tower over him. Maybe not, though. I don't know. Either way, Seryu's got my favorite music theme out of all of them besides Shinryu. I really like Shinryu's epic, Stormblood. Yeah, but out of everything else, Seryu's my favorite. Primal fight music. I loved it.
I still go to Thornton every time. Thornton will. I don't think anyone will ever usurp Thornton for me for a theme.
Yeah, I was thinking just Stormblood. I know I said out of everything, but I was really just thinking Stormblood.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Primals.
Shinryu was okay. When I think of the primals, I most
first part of Shinryu.
Yeah, I don't like the second part of Shinryu.
Not the second part.
I don't like the second part of Shinryu. I thought that part was really disappointing. The last 23% is like you just standing on his wings and DPSing and then punching him in the face.
Yeah,
I didn't like that. First part's fine. But when I think of the primals I had the most fun doing this expansion, it's probably Susanoo, Tsukiyomi, Seiryu. Like those are the three. Like Shinryu was fine, and I take him over the other options, but that second phase just bores me to fucking sleep. And then Tsukiyomi's also got some dope beats, so I can't really turn it down. But Susanoo's just a cool guy. I miss. It's weird because we've had this like warlike figure in like both Heavensward and Stormblood. Like for one of the first primals, we had Ravana, and now we had Susanoo, and they're like two that over all this time I still like. Ravana as a fight hasn't aged well at all, but motherfucker just disintegrates.
Oh yeah.
He's like, oh, I'll just take more damage now and take less later.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, dead. But he's so cool.
He is cool. He's one of the most badass primals. In general, yeah. Ravana is.
And his song, though, I always made fun of it. I always made fun of Ravana's theme.
That guy performed at a fan fest.
What does that have to do with anything?
Take it seriously. It got performed at a fan fest.
That was like
blood.
He's like a Norse, like what do you even call that? It's like throat singing.
Throat singing.
Yeah.
That's just all I just make this face and I just speak and I am singing this song. Mongolian throat singing.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Well, it was unique. Memorable.
Yeah. What was the song that Soken said the guy singing it like sucked?
Soken said
was that Byakko? Yeah. Yeah, because I interviewed him about it and he said we had to science the shit out of that. I'm gonna look it up because it's my own interview that he said it. Now I gotta know.
Was like, yeah, we had to work on that one. This fool sucks.
No, he said we had to science the shit out. Like literally, that's what it translated to. Science the shit out of it. Like that's because I remember because other people were in the room and they started laughing because of the response to it. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, I think I found it. Hold on. I want to read the exact one because it was from E3. Damn. I'll find it before the end of the show because I don't know which of my I don't know where I typed it down, but I have it somewhere where he says the guy singing didn't do very good, and I just don't remember which one. Oh, I found it. So let's see. What was the question? Because the word science is what I looked up because I knew it was there. Oh no, he said that about Koji. He said about Koji for Rise, is who he said it about. I asked him some months ago I had the chance to speak to Koji. I asked about his experience performing Rise and how it came to be. I just wanted to hear your side of it. How did you come to choose and convince Koji? He said Koji did not want to do it. I approached him with the idea and he looked at me and said, I'm a middle-aged white man living in Japan and you want me to rap. I, of course, told him yes. It wasn't a joke. And then afterwards, that's where we learned that Koji worked on Mario Hoops 3-on-3, and Koji did a rap for that, and that's why he wanted him to do it. But then he said, that being said, when he recorded Rise in the studio, it really didn't sound good. Let me just say that for that one, I really had to science the shit out of
it. And Rise is the music for Byakko?
No, Rise is Alexander. I just couldn't remember which song it was. I knew he said that about somebody. And I was trying to remember if it was the Mongolian throat singing guy or if it was somebody else. But it was Koji.
Koji.
Yeah, it was Koji. I just remember just everyone in the room laughing when Soken said I had to suck. Because he didn't say that in English. He said it in Japanese.
And then it gets translated.
And then it got translated into that.
That's great. The translator's like, he said, and I quote, I had to science the shit out of him for that one.
Soken's a joy. I love Soken.
That's great.
I love it so much. That was a pleasure of an interview. Anyway, back to 4.5 overall series. And without saying anything about the story, I was pretty pleased with the way it wrapped up. There was one thing people were kind of surprised about that I don't want to say until Tuesday's show. People were surprised at the way one of the characters actually ended up looking. But it made perfect sense to me. I don't want to say anything else in particular for anyone who hasn't done it yet, but
I just realized I've been so caught up doing everything else. I did the EX Primal and I didn't do the last cutscene.
You did the normal Primal, then went straight to the EX, never did the cutscene. It's a really good final cutscene.
No joke. Okay.
Yeah. I would go do that next time you have an opportunity. And it'll take you like 15 minutes. 20 minutes maybe.
Looking forward to it.
What about you, Sly? How did you feel about our finale to the Four Lords? Without spoiling.
It was without spoiling. It felt predictable.
I'll give you that.
We kind of discussed it to the point where we kind of knew how it was going to shape out, both gameplay wise, story wise. I'm still content. Not a bad way to end it. Wish it would have, shaped out gameplay wise a little more different, but I'm content with the way it ended.
You mean you wanted a Koryu trial?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we all wanted.
I think everybody wanted one. That's what this was sort of leading up to the whole time.
I wanted at least something. That's the only thing. I wanted, even an instance.
See, now I'm getting kind of worried because I don't know what happens, but even I was still kind of holding out for maybe something.
Well, there's no. We're just saying there's no trial. That's all we're saying is we got Serrha. We know there's no it's a finale.
Yeah.
We're just acknowledging that. We're not saying much anything else about it. For me though, I want it, and I guess the more they talked about him being this unkillable being throughout everything, even right to the end, I was like, come on, no, we can do it. And it just we never get to do it. It's resolved not through a trial like Serrha and the rest of them. So maybe one day, maybe an ultimate, they give him some form of redemption in some way, but that would be the equivalent of a new boss, which we haven't had. So right. I don't know that we'd get that per se, but fingers crossed. Four Lords Ultimate. I'm ready for it.
Hashtag more ultimates.
Yeah, hashtag more ultimates. Dude, I'm still holding out hope. I think we're going to get 3.
I think we will too. I think we will too.
I'm confident.
I'm holding out for 3.
Sly, you gonna get into Ultimate next expansion? It's a long fight. I don't blame you. They're long fights, man. It's physically painful to do that sometimes.
I mean, I've only done the one, but that's the most satisfying thing I've done in the game so far.
Dude, when you do UCOB, one day you'll go to do UCOB.
I can't wait.
And you should probably, you got fucking 5 months at this point. You might as well find the time to do it before then.
I'm working on it. Yeah, I want to.
Oh man. Yeah. So chat's calling you out on all the things you got to work on. First, you got Trails in the Sky, you got Warframe, you got Dauntless, and it's cross-platform launch in a few months.
No, not even the ongoing stuff. That's easy to worry about. It's all the other stuff that's coming out I have to worry about.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, no, somebody sent me an image it was last week that had 5 upcoming games in 2019. I know we're trailing off, but 3 of them I was like, that's coming out in the next 3 months? What? I don't even remember what they are.
Sekiro is in there.
Yeah, that's one.
Resident Evil 2, Devil May Cry 5, Kingdom Hearts 3. What was the one you just said, Sly?
No,
Ace Combat, if you're into that.
Yeah, Ace Combat 7, this month. Ace Combat 7, Travis Strikes Again, Resident Evil 2, and then Kingdom Hearts. Next month. What was next month?
There's some stuff coming out next month. I don't remember when or what exactly, but Death Stranding doesn't exist. Don't bring that up here. That's not a game. It's never going to be a game. You'll walk around maybe. I can't accept that's going to be a game. It's just there's nothing.
There's going to be there's a baby?
There's a baby and there's invisible things.
Anthem.
Anthem.
That's what it is. There you go. Man, I hope that's good. That's a whole nother thing. But
yeah, we could do a whole show on that.
God, I hope that's good.
There's a lot to say about that.
I'm already.
I mean, it's not even necessarily just that, but the other thing that happened yesterday, Division 2. That's another one. Yeah.
That's the other one. That's the other one.
There you go. No Blitzball though, in all that time, thankfully. Well, technically, Final Fantasy X and X-2 coming to the Switch in April, so there's your Blitzball.
Man, I want Blitzball.
Shut up.
Shut up.
God Eater 3 is another one for you, Sly, especially. Oh, that's another one. Code Vein in March. That's another
Super
one.
Robot Wars Team, March.
There you go.
Speaking of Blitzball and things we got in 4.5 that wasn't Blitzball, but we got Mahjong.
Yeah, and people have been loving that shit.
I've never played Mahjong before.
Well,
Final Fantasy 14, and it's awesome. I like it.
Well, okay. For us.
Yeah.
You've never played Mahjong before.
Okay, Mr. Yakuza over here.
No. I just want to ask his experience. So, what was your experience like? Because obviously they taught you, they give you this list of rules and everything. Did you start out the novice table? What did you do?
Well, it's overwhelming as shit, dude, but I like games, so I'm motivated to keep getting my ass kicked until I learn all the Yaku, and I know a few. I could tell you a few Yaku right now. I know how to win a hand. It took me a few hours, but I can win a hand of Mahjong now. That feels good. No, well, but not against those damn bots. Even though they're beginners, they can reach you on turn 3, and it's like, okay, well, I can't reach you turn 3 ever, but sure.
And that's one of a lot of people's biggest gripe. And they come to me like, Sly, I'm getting my ass handed to me at this novice table. I'm like, same. Like,
so I had a buddy who plays Mahjong, and he got in and just started playing against people, and he was winning all his games. And then he played the beginner bots, and he lost all his games. He said the people are way easier. Don't play the beginner bots. But that's all I've done.
Now, I will say that the guide, well, not the guide, but the guided play that it gives you on the side, if you have that,
I turn it off.
Oh, you turn it off.
Well, I don't want it. I don't trust it, and I wanted to learn on my own and not crutch on it.
Okay.
So I just turned it all off.
I will say this: it does give you a reasonable decision to make. Half the time, I'm looking at it like, why? Why would you play that? You have a better option. And most of the time it wants you to go, most of the time the guided, I guess the autoplay or the recommended tile, they're usually going for a really big hand or a Ricci. They don't go for the smaller hands unless it's like you're deep in and you ain't got, you probably ain't gonna get shit.
And it's too late.
Yeah, it's too late. That's the only time they'll go for a smaller hand. Otherwise, you could get a smaller hand to kind of build and go ahead and declare, not declare, but to go ahead and open your hand. It won't. It'll just say pass. But I can get this right now. Pass. It's either big hand or nothing to it, and it.
I'd like to point out there's been more thoughtful discussion about Mahjong in the past 5 minutes than there's ever been PvP discussion on this entire show, including the PvP show we did 6 weeks ago.
Dude, you can't say stuff like that.
I just did.
He said Mahjong gets put in on a whim. It even replaces Blitzball. And in 5 minutes, we have more meaningful discussion than ever we had on PvP on this show. Squeenix, you gotta do something.
It's true.
We did a PvP show 6 weeks ago, and it was a great show. But I'm still not PvP. So. But now you guys are talking about Mahjong. I'm like, man, maybe I should get into Mahjong. Maybe I should start playing the Mahjong.
Yeah, dude, I think I get into that. Did you guys talk about the way they should have fixed PvP?
Yes, we did. On that show, we did, yes. I specifically spoke to my disinterest, mostly my disinterest in the specific modes they've added since Feast, which has actually killed my interest in Feast subsequently.
I think they could fix Feast in a patch.
I mean, I'm sure they could do a lot in a patch.
Yeah. No, I think I could fix Feast in a week. Like, I think
In a week.
They just gotta do a few things, man. Like, call me in. That's sad. Anyway, I don't want to go down that road. You guys just had that discussion.
Yeah. Anyway. No, I mean, the Mahjong, though. It's funny, though, because they did screw one thing up big with Mahjong. There's one thing they really fucked up on. I don't think
can't do it if you're in the party finder.
No. That is one thing. That's a big thing. But the biggest problem with it is that you can do it in the free trial. So now no one has any reason to sub. So they've just, that's it. They fucked up.
Dude, my buddy didn't know that. He resubbed yesterday thinking he had to sub to play Mahjong. He didn't know he could go free trial.
To be fair, free trial, he would have had to made a whole new account. But he resubbed with the character he already had.
No, he was telling me. He's like, okay, I resubbed just to play Mahjong. I'm dragging all my actions off my hotbars. I'm disabling my HUD. I'm going to play Mahjong. I'm like, yeah, do it. I'll play with you. But I would have told him he could have done free trial. We didn't know.
I'm just glad to see people enjoying this.
This is fucking bullshit.
What?
How the fuck do you reach you after one fucking
Are you doing a match right now?
It's addicting.
Sly.
Happy. I was doing O12S in the party finder. We waited 3 hours for 2 healers, and I didn't care. I wasn't mad. I played Mahjong the whole time. Just against bots. I was learning Yaku, man. You gotta test it out. And they have ranked somehow. I haven't queued ranked yet, but that sounds cool.
It's fucking bullshit. I'd rather play against people, honestly. I haven't played against a actual person. Just AI.
The only way to get MGP, you gotta play 2 matches in a week to get the MGP, man.
Sly, maybe we should get on right now. I'm kidding. Okay, what are we talking about next?
I mean, all right, you're done talking about Mahjong. I was just going to say that, like, I think the success they see from the Western side of Mahjong is going to be surprising because it's packed. I can go there at any point, and, like, there's always tons. And I don't think it's just because it's new. I think
so people... you don't think it'll die down anytime soon?
I mean, don't get me wrong. It'll fall off a little bit, but anyone who likes it is not going to suddenly not like it.
Mm.
So I wonder how much of a vested interest, and he already stated that he wanted to bring more traditional kind of Western card, like, just like poker, something straight up. Like, the interest in just having these like things that you can tie to the world of Final Fantasy XIV, but they're very much real world activities.
Chess.
I'm down for poker.
As far as here. And I'm curious because we have to remember Mahjong was not made on company time. People who wanted to put it in the game on the dev team on their own time when they weren't working on other stuff, put it together and then presented it and said, here, we'd like to put this in the game. Thank
you, whoever you were who did that. You're awesome. You rock.
I wonder if that stance changes if they see people really like Mahjong. Like, do they all of a sudden say, hey, we need people who can work on putting poker in the game or putting chess in the game? And
I think that would make the gold saucer so much more relevant and so much more exciting.
Agreed.
You know what's still not exciting about the gold saucer? Skin change, we believe. They got rid of
still around?
So they got rid of Time of My Life and didn't get rid of skin change. Which I think Time of My Life is the better one, but someone pointed out that the reason they probably got rid of Time of Their Life or Time of Your Life is because they don't want to put 2 more characters on the thing for the next race. They don't want to put Vieira's on there. There's no room to stick a Vieira on there. Just stick 2 Vieiras on there.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
The gates.
The gate.
Which
gate? Gold saucer. It's on the I forget the name.
It's Simon Says. They give you 4 emotes and you press the emotes in the same order that they do.
Oh,
they got rid of that one.
Because they don't want to add in Vieira.
Yeah, because they don't want to, because they're going to have to, because they don't want to put Vieira in there anyway, and they're trying to replace them with like real mini games, like Air Force One and Leap of Faith, and Typhoon's probably always going to be there because he's got achievements tied to him.
I like him.
I fucking hate that asshole.
Oh, he's cool, man.
He would be cool if he didn't aim at me on the fucking 5th one every time.
I'm trying to think if I ever won.
I've got all the achievements for beating it, but he's still an asshole.
Yeah. Air Force One was pretty sick. I want Air Force One Ultimate though.
Like a 20-minute version. We call it. We'll call it. Don't just something completely original. We'll call it Time Crisis. There you go.
Right. Okay.
Something completely original.
Mm.
That's never been done before. Time Crisis. You can make an arcade machine of it and everything. I'm sure people will love it. In case you can't tell, I'd be okay. You know, it's been funny though, because everyone wants all the new MGP stuff. Because like Faust's Lance is a new glamour item in the gold saucer. Yeah, and it looks dope. It turns. It's like a spinning glowing drill on the top of it, and it's Faust's Lance. Yeah.
It's actually Faust's.
It's
lance.
called Faust's Lance. Like it's
no
literally
shit.
the name of the item.
That's
and
cool.
that thing looks dope. They added a bunch of new items in there. There's like Sabotender item. Oh no, I'm sorry. There's the Sabotender items were always there, and those things look cool. But there's other stuff in there too.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. How much MGP are we?
100,000.
Oh, hey, bad. Look, that's
All right, bad.
Okay. Yeah.
There's there's the Colossus sword. There's a few. There's a wooden Bokuto in there for samurais.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
That's cool. If you want that, that's gold saucer points. I think that's 100,000 also.
Cool.
So yeah,
Okay.
they added some cool shit in there, and then on top of that, you can buy the hairstyle after you beat the 24 man. You can buy the Ramza or Alma hairstyle from that for 50,000.
I want more. Do you think they'll ever go back and like redo how the beards work in this game? You know how they're tied to faces?
They talked about this. We talked about this before Christmas, perhaps,
Yeah.
about the beards.
Is that a console limitation?
It's more so that just like adding new character options is I guess not a big thing, but everyone keeps seeing the stubble on the Warrior of Light and going, hello?
Yeah, I want beard options, man. I can't use the hair options.
Just want to take this and put it down here.
Yeah, do something.
Yeah, I don't know. There wasn't really anything definitive about it, but people are asking for it now a lot. So
Cool.
we'll
Maybe
see.
one day.
Maybe one day. Yeah, right alongside Eggy Glamours. Hey, at least we found out they are planning something for Eggy Glamours. At this point, I have a feeling it's going to be the 5.0, like part of the 5.0 rework of Summoner. Like it's going to be like a whole huge unveiling of Eggy Glamours.
Well, like hopefully they're planning to delete the Eggies and let you summon like actual cool things.
You know, that's a big thing. Now that Demi Bahamut can be resized, there's really no reason you can't have full-sized anything anymore. There really isn't.
There's not.
They literally have developed the system that lets them do it.
Yeah.
Because if it annoys anyone, they just turn them down. They just turn them down, make them small.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I'm curious if they'll do that, or if we'll see like the pet system be reworked altogether. Because they also just in 4.5, one of the biggest quality of life changes for me is the fact that summoners can see their pet damage actually like as flying text now.
I heard a machinist friend of mine was saying he really liked that. He can see his turret damage.
Yeah. And that was one of my biggest problems with Summoner way back when, was that you didn't really have a good gauge without like ACT as a player, like how good you were doing, because you can't see your pet's damage and you can't see your dot damage like directly, not without ACT. So
he was freaking out how his turret shot harder than he did. He didn't know.
Yeah, he probably used the one that blows it up and does like a shit ton of damage and everything, and bam.
I don't know. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's weird. I wonder if I have a feeling pets in general are probably due for some huge overhauls, because they literally can never do another pet job if the pet jobs keep working like this.
Exactly. And we all know they're working towards the next limited job.
Thanks, man. Thanks for the reminder. One of my jobs is on that list, so thanks.
Can't wait.
Appreciate it. Appreciate the reminder, that Puppet Master. Dude, my prediction is 5.1 for level 60 Blue Mage, 5.3 for level 70 Blue Mage, 5.5 level 60 Beastmaster. Or I'm sorry, Beastmaster with a cap of level 60.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I didn't have it that planned out, but I think
I have it that. Quote me 2 years from now.
Okay.
I'm ready for the prediction.
Okay. Clip them. Clip it. Clip it, chat.
Clip it. Come back in 2 years. Okay, so we've got a bunch of gold saucer stuff out of the way. I'm saving up my 2 million for the best mount in the game. And that's okay. That's done with the gold saucer, I think. So now we can move on to Orbone Monastery. Good face, Sly.
Can I say that? I cried.
Yes, you're allowed to say you cried.
Yeah,
I don't
cried.
feel like I don't know why you would ask me if you're allowed to say you cried.
No, because like I was thinking, is that gonna make people feel like they know something about the story if I say I cried?
No, Yoshi P said he cried too.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Everyone's crying, man.
You played Tactics growing up, right?
I didn't play it until I was much older because I didn't.
Oh.
I was what was I doing? PlayStation 1 era. I got really into like DDR at the PlayStation 1 era, and I was still like split between N64 and DDR. And then I didn't play Final Fantasy until 8. So, and then I went back and tried to play Tactics like years later on the PlayStation 1, and I was like, this plays like shit. Like it's fine. Like the game is like whatever, like fine, but like technically speaking, it feels
It's
like
just
shit
way
to play.
different for you then.
Yeah,
You
like
didn't
because
have that
I played a bunch of tactical games, but like specifically the PS1 versions, I need to play War of the Lions. Like I know the whole story and everything. Like I'm familiar with it, and I played through personally more than half of the game before finally just getting tired of the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
So I know all the things that are the people and the stories and the pieces.
Right, but it's different if you play through it when you're a kid and it like becomes a part of your childhood and upbringing, you know, and it like those characters are in your head your whole time when you're growing up. It's just different. So I don't know if you had the same. Did you get emotional about the 24-man or no? Was it just like
I mean, I was pretty emotional the whole time. Like
no joke. Okay.
Like from start to finish, pretty much.
Yeah, me too.
Even going back to the other 24-mans in Ivalice. All the Ivalice raid tiers and stuff.
I didn't like the first two Return to Ivalice raid tiers.
I loved all of them. I thought they were better than the main story at times. And I think without seeing the second half so far, like if I were to just take the first half versus this, which isn't really fair because they're both finales, but one's not a finale. It's only half of a finale. Like this was the highlight for me.
So without spoiling anything, I just felt like the first two iterations of Return to Ivalice was a kind of fan service that I felt like was taking it too far. I felt like it was just the names and the molds that was meant to draw me in, and that was it. And like it felt shallow. And then this third iteration made up for everything. It took every complaint I had, every critique I had, every disappointment I had, and exceeded it by so much that I ain't even mad. It was just thank you, Square Enix.
More shallow than Omega.
Yeah, that's what I was. That was what was on my mind because Omega for me was that what you just described right there. That was Omega to me.
That's Omega.
I guess I didn't have the same attachment to Omega that I had with the Final Fantasy Tactics characters I was growing up with, like I was trying to describe. Okay. Yeah, so it felt a lot more personal with Return to Ivalice for me. But I loved this one, man.
How about you, Sly? We've been talking a while. How are you feeling?
I thought that in general, Return to Ivalice got better with every iteration, and this by far is the best one, hands down. Like from the first boss, it just felt it felt more invested. Honestly, all the bosses like felt a lot more invested. There was a lot more to do. There was a lot that was unique to a lot that was unique not only to Ivalice itself or 224 bands, but to the game itself. A lot of newish type mechanics that we've seen and a lot of fun gameplay. Now, difficulty wise, I think a lot of people are jaded difficulty wise by the fact that it's only the first fucking week. We don't know shit. A lot of people are still getting in. Don't be jaded. It's fine. It's a 24-man. Everybody learns.
Sly, I heard you came up with a certain debuff.
Did you see it?
I've seen it. Would you?
No.
Do you happen?
We've all seen it.
Do you happen to have a link handy?
Oh yeah. Well, let me grab that.
I would like.
Oh, it's official.
I'd like to present it to the people. I'd like everyone to understand what it is we're referring to. Where are you putting this, Sly? Do you have it? Do you have it anywhere? Do you have like it on an Imgur or something?
You want to present it? Okay.
You want? Yeah, you got like an Imgur or a link of it or an image or something, dude. You just had it ready. All right, let's see here. Your Twitter. All right, let's see here. I'm pulling it up on the screen. Yeah, okay. So those of you who have watched the show before may be aware of a certain thing we call the people debuff, where it's the concept is very simple. You know, there's you own a 24-mans, and it's like, wow, this is so easy. But there's like other people there, and they make it not easy. So we've generally called that the people debuff, and we said you get 23 stacks of it. And
If
Slyh,
you're really unlucky.
Slyh decided that, you know what, if it was in the game, it would probably look something like that.
He's like, what the fuck, bro? I said you just have to move clockwise. I said left, clockwise, to your left, like a clock.
I will say this. I took it a step further.
Oh, no.
So I added it as a thing on OBS, and I actually made 23 of these. So every time somebody, said something stupid or, things happen, it was a stack. I made 23 individual stacks that, like, every time somebody made a mistake, all I had to do was hit plus, and it'd be right above my camera. I had the people debuff above my camera, and like I had given myself individual stacks of the people.
So how many stacks did you get up to?
18.
Oh!
18. We didn't get all the way to 23. This was second day though. I was expecting a little bit less than 23, but 18.
You got 18 stacks in one party?
18 stacks of the people debuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of.
Yeah. So I want to take this moment and have each of us speak. Fahros kind of already jumped the gun, but that's because he had the same reaction I did. Slyh, would you like to name one people debuff you've had this week?
Where I've got it?
No, name a situation in which you received the people debuff. Like a notable one.
Everybody, three to a panel, please. 3 to a panel. Why are you not in the panel? They're not getting in the panel. That's 2. That's 2. Need one more. No? Okay. All right. We're dead.
Okay.
All right.
Fahros, can you name a situation in which you've received the people debuff this week?
Your other left. Your other left.
That sounds like the orbs expanding, if I had to take a guess.
There's a lot of things that you can handle by just going left. And then sometimes they go their other left. I don't understand, man. I don't get it. I've explained it to people 3 different ways, and they still run the wrong way.
Yeah, just take the thing back and put it in the middle. Not out, just all the way back in the middle, so it doesn't touch another one. We don't get a bleed. Why are y'all stacked? Why the fuck are y'all running together?
Why did you drop it between the platform?
Why did you drop it between the plates? Why? Oh God.
And then here was one that I almost gave myself the people debuff. Like, I was almost responsible for my own people debuff. But it only would have gotten me killed, so it wasn't the worst. But we were doing the maze part of the last fight, and I followed somebody else. And
where did you go?
So I walked into a dead end, and I had to run all the way. Like, literally, it was the open spot was the other side. But because the whole arena is dark, I didn't think that this ice was reaching all the way to the edge, so I followed somebody. And then they turned around, and I was like, abort! Other way! I almost people debuffed myself on that.
Yeah, you almost got a stack, man.
Yeah, that was rough. But man, I think the fact that a week in, I have all of these feelings, and I don't have any animosity towards these experiences this week.
No.
It was
At the end of the
just
day,
a damn good time.
Yeah, I loved all of it.
No, we're putting the markers in between the platforms. Why can't we just put it on the platform and then go left? And I was like, you're making this worse. Okay, you do that. We're going to do it the right way. I'll see you later.
You always go in between?
Always in between.
I haven't done in between yet.
Me
Every
either.
party I've been in just puts them on the platform. But in between does make sense. Kind of. It kind of does. Mostly does. But what I was thinking... All right, never mind.
No, use words. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
All I was saying was, so I had people telling me, in between's the easiest. You're shortest distance to run, and you can spread between the two areas next to you, and it's simple. Like, okay, at least people can't run the wrong direction that way. But if you put a marker on the platform, then your casters don't have to move at all. They sit there and just channel cast. And then 3 other people if they can just handle running left, seems like a superior strategy. But I get that running left apparently is hard week 1.
They don't
Which is why telling people to go left and right by
want you
standing in
to
between the platforms must be really tough. No, so because the biggest thing I see people go is like, but if I stand there, then I, whatever reason 1, 2, or 3. And it's like, you don't have to be on the fucking thing the whole time.
Yeah.
Like people forget that like you occasionally move. I've heard people do that. No, you really want to confuse people is tell them, chat says, tell them to go larboard.
Oh my God. I had a friend. My friend, quick story, it'd take 30 seconds. I have a friend that's killing O12S for the first time, and another friend who was doing callouts. And I swear the dude was doing starboard, larboard callouts on Omega Final just to screw with them. We'd have to rotate left for patch, and he'd say larboard.
Dude, larboard, and starboard. And then going back to the first boss, so they're like left and right.
Yeah.
Everyone complains about larboard, so he's like left and right. And you know what happens? Everyone still fucking dies. It didn't make a goddamn difference.
Because they get bound.
No, they didn't get bound. They just died anyway.
No, they just stood in it? Oh, well. They forgot they had to...
I got hit by a left handgun because I was like dodging something else. I was like, okay, I'm going to get hit. So I threw a shield on myself and just said, fuck it. Right. But other people are like, I'm dodging. Oh, no, I'm not.
Oops.
Yeah, but when it says left, I think it means go left, okay?
Now, before we get back on this one, I feel like we kind of skipped one. We skipped a boss before this. What did you think of the second boss? We're not naming names with spoilers.
Agri is probably the easiest boss. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's done.
Fine? Okay. All right. So yeah, what did you think of Agris? I thought Agris
I don't know. The way they did the patch thing is just like I said. The bosses for the 24 men were almost definitely going to get named because we guessed a few of these in advance. So this is fine.
Really?
We didn't guess. We didn't guess this one in particular. I was pretty surprised at 2 and 3. One I kind of had, and 4 was obvious.
Wow, how would you guess any of the first 3?
Well, the first one was kind of a hunch. The other 2, there's no way to know.
Are you talking after you saw the trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because when I saw the trailer, I was like, everyone kept making the machinist joke, and I thought back to tactics, and I was like,
yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of machinist jokes here.
Uh-huh.
I wonder who that could be.
I could see it after you see the trailer, but even when I seen the trailer, I'll be honest, that did not cross my mind just because, it just didn't cross my mind as a boss. So, because I couldn't like rationalize that line of thinking, but it makes sense in the context. But.
Yeah, they didn't show us anything for 2nd and 3. 4, I've been guessing since the first 24 men.
Yeah, 4 is a given.
Yeah,
but the first 3, yeah.
Yeah, but 2 is probably the least fun boss of the bunch. I think 1, 3, and 4 were way better than 2. And you know what? And it's duty actions. I know.
Yeah. I was about to bring that up, like duty actions, and I said to myself, "What if?" And I was just memeing before I even went in, but I'm like, "What if we get a duty action for 24 men?" It would really fuck Happy's day up, and sure enough,
yeah.
Well, because it's literally a fight where there's 3 things that work on each of them, and you do that, and it's I don't know. It's just nothing's interesting about it.
I liked the second one, but I didn't like her okay, so we already said Agris, but I didn't like her for like gameplay reasons. I just liked the portrayal of the character. I think that was the best one.
Oh,
for the whole
none of the visuals were bad. And the voice acting on all of them was much appreciated.
I think hers was the best though. For me, just for me, the appearance, the mechanics, the animations, the voice acting, the music, everything was on point with her.
You like Agris the best?
Yeah, from an aesthetic and like experience, but not from gameplay mechanics.
Okay, fair. I'll give you that.
I mean, I can't knock any of them. Like,
I'm biased. I'm biased to one because of a Mimiya-san. So, don't get me wrong.
Is this leading into 3? I'm assuming the third boss.
Yeah. 3. Shifting to Ultima real quick. Ultima had a anima feel from 10 when she first breaks out of crystalline form. Like she kind of looked like anima from 10.
Dude, one day
she looked messed up.
One day we'll get to fight anima.
I think we will.
Man, but it was just such a fun instance. Like I wish that I could get more than one piece of loot a week and just run it forever.
Yeah,
I'll run it regardless, and still bring the people debuff. I'll run
2 characters, man. I'm running it on my second still.
I gotta rerun the earlier ones because I don't really have coins from the earlier ones left over.
Yep.
All of my Gogan coins and all of my Rabanastron coins were pretty much gone. I think I have one of each now, but like I need a bunch more.
Same.
But yeah, man. Oh, God, the first boss. Man, did I get jebaited on?
Everybody got jebaited,
analysis.
and the people trying to say that they didn't get jebaited, that the visual cue makes sense, are lying.
I mean, it makes sense now, but
it doesn't make sense when you look at it.
It makes sense if you read the debuff in the time that you're there. Because when you read the debuff says if you're hit on any of those sides, you'll die. It says that on the
like
debuff.
A shield.
It does. But I've played League of Legends, so when I saw it, I didn't get it right away, but as soon as I died, I got it.
Me too. But it is a debate. It is a debate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because in League of Legends, there's a character named Fiora, and literally her mechanic is striking weaknesses, and it literally looks exactly like that. So every time she hits you, every time she hits you, like I started to read it, and then I was dead, and I was like, because they stun you, and they put you in a cutscene for the first 15 seconds, so you can't like, I know, Slyh. You don't really have the time to read it. You kind of don't. Now you don't need to type 2, Fahros. He knows. He knows. He already did it, and I said I know. And then I was like, and then I never died to it again.
Same.
But it was
just there to debate everyone.
But I think everyone died. In my instance, almost everyone died on that shot. Like, we all got there, and then I looked at the alliance list, and it was just like...
Oh. Yeah, I think 90% of the 24 people died the first time I was in there. Just boom. Everybody was like, he's up on that platform. Okay, I got a barrier. I just got to put up my barrier and cool, I'm going to blink the bop. And just a wave. 20 people, genocide out.
Yeah.
Dead.
What was even greater about that was now when you do it and 23 people are doing it right, but that one guy has his face the other way. You're just like, I'm gonna watch that guy. I'm just gonna watch that guy the whole time. Oh man, that was wonderful. This is why week 1 is always a good time. But that third boss, man. So here's the thing. If you did Ozma, that third boss is pretty self-explanatory. A lot of people haven't done Ozma before.
True.
So when everyone's yelling at everyone, it's just like Ozma. It's like, I started playing in Stormblood.
Yeah.
And everyone's like,
oh.
Okay.
Oh, that's the thing. That Forgot.
Sense. Yeah. Okay.
The game is growing.
It's like me. It's like me explaining the Sephiroth strat in Save You. Like Sephiroth when ads. Oh,
Yeah, you kill the 3 little ones and the big one, and they're like, Sephiroth.
Who's Sephiroth? So you mean Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII?
It still really bothers me that the achievement for Sephiroth Extreme is Veni Veni Venios, like the song from 7.
Yeah.
Veni
Really?
Veni Venios. Yeah, that's the name of Sephiroth's achievement for EX.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
I couldn't help but notice it. There you go. So yeah, that fight is man, that has been the Alliance Destroyer.
Yeah, I've abandoned on it twice.
twice. Damn.
I've been
Twice.
abandoned on it at all. I won't let it happen. I got to pull them through. Got to do it.
Hey man, if one time you're like clockwise and the next time you're like, okay, let's try left, and then the next time you try, okay, try envisioning the 2 areas that your group is gonna occupy, and none of it works, it ain't working out.
The worst was on one of mine. We put a marker on all 6 platforms and said, okay, 1 ball in
You color
each
coordinated them?
Well, not color, because but
Damn, that's the second time I've done that today. Sorry, I'm not trying to do this. I'm not trying to do this.
Nobody tries to do it. No, I number in letter coordinates. So like A in 1, and then B in 2, and C in D or something, and like those are, and like each line. You don't even say like, okay, the lions stand here. You literally just say those are your 2. I don't give a fuck where you are. Just make sure there's 2 things, and then you're like, and make sure you drop it right on the platform, and then 4 people drop it off to the left. Because, like, one guy's a little bit to the left, so all the other ones go, but all that does is instead of getting 1 bleed stack, we get 4 bleed stacks.
Well,
it was, yeah, but I didn't give up. You know what I did? I healed through that. I healed through the 4th stack. I was like, nope.
Then it feels good to be a healer. Yeah, that's the clutch.
Damn.
But I was amazed because people did the Deathblade mechanic. They did it right after failing the other thing, because otherwise we would have died. That's the thing with 3 people have to step in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. The back. Yeah.
I've been really surprised how good parties are swapping with the tether. Like they'll screw up everything, but that like 4-man swap, ding, 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 ding. It's natural for everybody.
Fight over that shit.
No, because you know why? Because the person who has the tether can just go give it to somebody else.
Yeah, and I'm like, just stay fucking still. Somebody will get it. People are just like fighting over.
Exactly. Yeah, you see every other mechanic in the fight. People have no idea what the hell's going on. Tether comes out and they're like, oh, I'll take it. No, I'll take it, man. No, don't worry. You keep casting your spells. I'll get it. No, I'll get it. Everyone's lining up to get that shit after there was just 8 minutes of mechanics nobody wanted to do.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
And to think that we were incapable of passing Rot in turn 2 in the duty finder.
No shit.
Yeah. People couldn't pass Rot back then, but this tether, no problem.
No problem at all.
Mm-mm.
Maybe we just need to replace all Rot mechanics with tethers, and maybe everyone will do it.
Yeah, maybe.
That's it. But yeah, third boss is still a good time. Ad phase, I've seen people just spaghetti constantly. Just that goes very well. But it was still a really good fight. It's tough for me to pick kind of a favorite, because I do think the third fight's probably the toughest.
I agree.
Air quotes.
Yeah.
And but then I think back to the struggles I had in the other 2 24-mans, and I can't determine if this struggle's any worse than like Hushmal.
I think so.
I don't know, man. Dive bombs in Hushmal were pretty bad.
They were, especially week 1. I was there week 1 Hushmal too, and he was just slaying waves. But I feel like people learned pretty quick on that.
I'd love to believe that. I'd love to believe that.
Yeah, I think third boss of Orborn's worse. I think he's the hardest out of the 3 instances of the 24-mans.
And then you get the last boss, who is like, it's like ultimate redux. It's like, you like trios? I got trios for you all day. And there's a lore reason we can't discuss until Tuesday about why that makes sense. Anyone who's done it and who actually read everything should know why we got trios there. It should be abundantly obvious. That being said, that boss was not difficult, but a lot of fun. It was not nearly as stressful as Diablos Hollowed was back in Dunscaith.
There's one mechanic that still gets me about that, but I've only done her twice. But man, how the putting down the mechanics and then moving them, and then you gotta okay, so I'm figuring out how to do it here, but then that one ran into a wall, so like I feel like the spacing got different, and then I need to juggle this, and bam, I'm dead. That's caught me both times now. I just need to figure out the easy way to do it still.
It was bad.
Yeah, but besides that, like that's like one of the only fights in a while I see people actually get the RP kill on, without a reset. It's just like ding, ding.
Dude, the first time I did it, I did not expect the ultimate to do as much damage as it did. So I was just like, all right, here's a Medica 2, and then yeah. We only have 10,000 health. I was pretty shocked, but it was still it was definitely one of the easier fights of the entire one. But I still had a really good time with this. This 24-man it makes me want Matsuno and Amamiya back, and it makes me want whoever does the 24-man battle design to kind of get moved up to something else like Ultimate or something, because I feel like whoever does the 24-man design could probably go so much farther if they really wanted to, but they're just not yet. Maybe they're working on AV.
Maybe. Do we know the context of that yet?
Hydatos. He's in the public dungeon.
I don't know what that is. That's the
Eureka.
next Eureka? Okay.
He's in the public dungeon in Eureka.
All right.
As is the actual Ozma 2.0, as per the trailer. So if you didn't like this one, I don't have much faith in you in the public dungeon. Because there's literally Ozma Savage in there. We saw a preview of Ozma Savage 2 years ago at the NA FanFest before Stormblood. They showed us in a dev thing that they had like started making concepts for what an Ozma Savage would do. And they showed the transformation that's in this trailer for Hydatos. And now I'm scared.
And that's coming in March.
It should be February. They said a month.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And that
I'm
actually,
so far behind.
Yeah, and this next part's for you then. And guys, just so you know, Slyh was like patrons, and I'm like, I know. At this point, we were already like 5:30, so it's like if I do it now, it's not like the halfway point, because we took a long time on which discussion we took one discussion. Mahjong carried us like 20 minutes of discussion time. Yeah, so they'll be at the end because we got the Steel Series one out of the way. It won't be too crowded. Eureka. Nerfs. Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Am I gonna do it?
I am almost done with my second Pagos relic.
So the catch up is real. I can catch up quickly now.
So the biggest thing is Onimos has been a joke forever. Like getting through Onimos is like a zero effort endeavor. Pagos is where everything fell apart.
That's where I am still. I think I'm 27, level 27.
So what they did was they pretty much doubled the rate at which everything spawns and doubled the crystals that you get from every notorious monster. So in 2 lockouts, I had 524 Pagos crystals, which is more than you need for the entire relic.
Oh, snap.
And I had 10 light crystals from only killing notorious monsters. And literally 0 light farming anywhere else.
So you didn't even try the bunny fate trick or anything? No,
I did that today and I got 8 crystals in a lockout. So now I need 13 more and I'm done. Pretty much. The biggest thing is that you can go everywhere now on the map at 25. You can access all the Aetherites at 25. And everything spawns way faster. So like people are actually even going out of their way to spawn Horus and Angramenu, which were literally never spawn them kind of bosses. Because they were just too much of a pain way back when. So just as a reminder, you need 31 light crystals. I got 18 in 3 lockouts, and that's without like trying super hard. I could probably do like 10 or 11 of them in a lockout if I do the solo farming method. I now have over 700 Pagos crystals, and you need 5 Louis Ice. You can buy those for 50 Pagos crystals a piece, but I have 3 because I had 1 left over from before. So I have enough to buy the rest. pretty much. And that's in 3 lockouts, and I'm almost done with Pagos. And somebody in chat's like, I went from 25 to 35 in a day with 20 light crystals out of the 31. So
okay, yeah.
it's a lot. And I'd like to point out, Pyros was nerfed too. The NMs now also spawn twice as fast and also reward. In some cases, it's more than 2. The level 20 NM in Pagos now gives you 8 Pagos crystals. Used to give 1.
Damn.
I'm just at this point still fishing for logograms. That's it.
Do you still not have 30?
No, I have.
Then you're just waiting for the armor. Because you don't need 50 to finish the weapon. You only need 50 for the armor. You only need 30 logograms for the weapon.
Yeah.
So the weapon's at 385 right now?
385 with a maximum amount of 1,000 substats if you're lucky.
And we think it's going to 405 in February?
Yeah.
So now's the time to catch up.
Yeah, and it doesn't take too long. I mean, the big thing to catch up is to try the public dungeon, which we know a few things about. We know that that it's not gonna be for the whole zone. Like, it's not gonna be 144 people at once. It's gonna be a set number of people, we don't know the number, that have a prerequisite entry item that will disappear upon entry.
Okay. Like an hourglass.
Yeah, there's some other items I could think of as well. I'm suspecting there will be virtues of some kind.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Lemurians of some kind. You know, soap, maybe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be... Hydatos is going to be a hell of a time. And you can actually skip the Pyros light farming step and just do the light farming step in Hydatos. That's literally the same. It's literally interchangeable. So whatever stats you have going in to Hydatos on your Pyros relic, you keep. And if you don't want to do the light farming in Hydatos, you don't have to. Or you can literally just make the weapon, give it no stats, and then do light farming in Hydatos.
While you're still doing whatever else.
While you're doing whatever's most recent over there.
Okay, cool.
Well.
That's good. Good news.
And everything's going to be shiny. There's going to be all this new gear, this shiny gear.
Maybe I'll finally get around to making my relic. I don't know what it was, man. Eureka just didn't do
I know. It's Eureka.
Yeah.
Eureka is Eureka.
It just didn't work. Like, it's a cool concept on paper, kind of. It didn't work
There's
out.
There's a lot of backtracking. And it's kind of cool almost on paper, maybe.
Well, so I think the grouping up with other players and grinding, I think that's actually kind of cool on paper. But I feel like they always backtracked on that and just made it like AFK, barely contributing to an alliance and notorious monsters. Is that still what it is now?
For the most part.
You're watching Netflix while in a notorious monster farm.
You could do that if you want. In Pyros, people split up a lot more. And right now in Pagos, honestly, a lot more people are spread out. What's happening most of the time is a bunch of different people will go to a bunch of different camps in Pagos, and they'll try to spawn. It'll usually be like, hey, we're way over leveled for this. We're just murdering everything to get an NM to spawn. But it's not like and it's rare that everyone's mass congregating to one location in Pagos. There's usually some people doing other stuff, and then there's people doing solo light farms. Pyros is a lot more diverse, I feel, in terms of like what people's goals are. Some people are only trying to spawn the things that drop the 6th Magicite. Some people are trying to get Penth to spawn because they're trying to finish their relics. Some people are trying to get crystals, so they'll just go to anything. Most people are doing bunnies because they still need logograms to complete all 50. Some people are solo reflect farming for light. Some people are group reflect farming for light. Some people are heat warped lockbox farming, and there is cold warped boxes in Pagos, but I don't see them shouted about too much. Pyros is the only okay interpretation of Eureka we've had. Like, Animos was bearable, but I wouldn't call it good, personally.
Yeah, Pyros sounds cooler. Maybe I just need to get there and it'll reignite the passion to get away.
I don't think it's not that. Don't calm down. It's not that exciting.
Maybe not.
It's like...
I'm trying to be optimistic, man.
Yeah, it's like, it's okay, but like, it's...
Be more realistic about it, honestly.
Dude, I had a Zeta, and I loved going after that. I had the one from the end of Heavensward. What's it called?
Anima.
I had an Anima. No, what? The Lux. They were called Lux.
Yeah, but I mean, the series was... It's like the Zodiac. It's Zodiac weapons and Anima weapons, and now Eureka weapons, yeah.
You're right, though. But I had a Zeta, I had a Lux, and then I got nothing for this expansion. I don't know. It just felt weird. But we'll get to Pyros. We'll catch up and see how it goes.
It won't take that long, especially if you're already 27. The light's going to be the biggest thing. And
the thing is, I am 27, but I don't know how much I've missed because I got 27 by just doing weekly challenges in Animos.
You just need to do a few quests. Just get to the level 25 quest until you unlock the kettle, and then it's all gravy from there.
Okay, cool.
Someone's in the chat like, at least Eureka doesn't cost you gil. You ain't dabbled in Pyros as much as I have. Because I've sold 8 hairstyles for 1 to 1.8 mil a piece from Pyros. And I got the mount, which at the time when I used it for myself was worth 16 mil.
So it's making you gil.
I'm making gil, dude. Made gil out of Pyros. And then I've been selling offensive logograms for they were selling for 100k a pop for a while. And then I bought one of the Magicite upgrade items for 25 mil.
Oh my gosh.
Because I've killed that thing fucking like a dozen times and never seen the drop, alright? So I just bought the item for 25 mil. I'm just saying. I'm back up to 157 mil, so it's fine.
You're sitting pretty.
Yeah.
I think I have 7 mil.
Well, he's getting the Pyros. Might make some. Or do some cold box farming in Pagos. Those items are worth a fucking shit ton now. It's incredible.
30-40 mil. Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. People got gil. They ain't got nothing to spend it on.
I guess.
That's it, man. So
yeah,
now
I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah, you gotta do 7 million shit. You gotta.
I know, dude. I've been out like farming Opkalus and shit. What am I doing, man? I gotta get the Pagos.
You're like one of those desperate people that would farm fucking deep eye tiers.
That is me. I remember talking to you about deep eyes and Heavensward. I'm like, yo, what can I get off monsters? You're like, try deep eyes. I was a deep eye farmer. You called it.
Dude, deep eye tiers all fucking day. Those things were worth at one point, those things were worth like 800 gil a drop, and you get 3 of them off one.
So with the patch up, I can blow it now because it's already tanked. But Opkalu feathers or Opkalu downs, they were in the new Fat Cat couch or something. They went up to like 3K a pop. And dude, when I saw 3K a pop on Opkalu down, I went out to Costa del Sol. I had the spawns timed. I was dashing from one spawn to another. I was there. It was spawn in front of me. People trying to do their hunting logs. I'm like, sorry, kid. Nothing personnel, but I need these down.
No, we didn't need that. We didn't need that. We didn't need the nothing personal meme. We didn't need that.
I'm sorry.
Sly, stop playing Mahjong.
I'm not playing Mahjong.
I don't believe you. You look like you're making important decisions. Oh, man. Yeah, 4.5, I want more things at once. I just do.
Because then we'd have such a longer wait.
I know. But it's a wait all the same. Okay? Like, I wish World Visiting was in already, because I plan on doing treasure maps once we have World Visiting.
That'll be cool.
Oh my god, speaking of 4.5, 4.5 has been the death of Siren.
What do you mean?
What?
The whole server, like, can't receive tells, and, like, if you're in Eureka with them, they have, like, a strange symbol next to their name. Siren is just... I don't know what the fuck happened with Siren. I guess it's because they're going to be one of the crystal servers, so they're like preparing it in advance. I don't know. I don't remember what...
What do you mean preparing it to be dead? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know what is happening to Siren.
What are you saying? Crystal data center is going to die?
I don't even know if Siren's on Crystal, but all I know is that Siren's just... It's fucked up. And no, Siren's still on Ether. The server just doesn't work properly.
But you just said
they are making a preparation for it. If you notice, like the HUD when you logged in and you see the when you look at your server time and everything, it says your server, and I think it says host world or something like that. They are preparing for some.
Yeah, but I don't know why, but Siren, a server that's not moving, is like fucked beyond belief. I don't know what's wrong with the server. Like, go into Eureka and just like look for people from Siren, and when they talk in shout chat, they have this like equal sign next to their name, and then they can't receive like cross-world tells at all. Like, if you try to send them a tell like when you're not like in Eureka or anything, it'll just won't work. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's just like an equal sign. It's only for Siren. I don't know why. Their tells get redirected to the Jenova server.
I'm sorry. That was insensitive as shit. I'm so sorry. I am so fucking sorry.
That's terrible.
That's fucking terrible.
I'm not kidding. I'm not. This isn't like a joke that like no like
no.
That's literally happening.
This is the 7th Umbral era, dude. This is the next calamity. This is it. Damn.
Dude, Jenova server, Sephiroth confirmed? I don't... There you go. But other than that, man, like, 4.5's got so many exciting things, and... it's just... I'm greedy. I'm sorry. I'm just greedy. I'll cut the greed.
This tells you how good of a patch this really was, because we've been talking for how long, and we couldn't even talk about the actual storyline elements or any spoiler elements at all, but we've still had this much to talk about.
Content.
And it's weird because this is normally the kind of patch I'd look at and be like, all right, I shit on the 24-man, the 4-man, story's done, whatever, done day one, whatever. But I'm not that way about this patch. Like I am normally. Sly knows. I was this way with the way they split like Rathalos and Pagos and everything out. And all that shit. But something, I guess I just had such like a good time with Orbone, and I'm like, finally I can progress on another thing in Pagos, and I need MGP for this, and people are talking about and enjoying Mahjong, and it's, even though I'm not playing it, it's still, I like seeing people enjoy things.
Are you going to play now, though?
Are you going to try?
I'll probably try it, man. I mean, here's the thing, no matter what, I need the MGP from playing against 2 players, so I have to do it at some point.
Just don't make the mistake.
Going to try.
Don't make the mistake of going to the wiki page that has all the win conditions called the Yaku. Don't look at them all, because then you're going to be like, I'm not learning all this shit. Just learn the basic ones first. There's like 6. Just learn 6 win conditions and see if you can memorize those, and then you'll start having fun. Sly, would you agree with that?
I agree.
There it is. Because some people were linking me.
Honestly.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it's learn by doing more than anything. So
learn by doing. That's a quote that has extra. That's a quote that has more meaning to me and some people in this chat than you two understand.
Saying, some people are linking you what?
And people are just linking me the wikis, like, oh, these are 600 ways to win or whatever, and I'm like, bro, I don't want to look at that.
I just need one. Just give me one way to win.
Yeah,
just start with there and it'll work out.
Well, I get the thing for playing against 2 people. I don't have to win, so I get 5,000 MGP all the same. Just like I would get 5,000 MGP for losing 20 Chocobo races. Dude, I gotta get the best mount in the game somehow, Sly. I gotta get it.
The Cactuar?
That mount looks so fucking weird up close. I saw it the first time. First time we were doing, I went to go do Seiryu. Somebody already had it, like right when they logged into the fucking server. And it's not as awesome as you think it looks up fucking close. No, it's not. It's not the best mount. No.
Are you talking about the Cactuar?
He is talking about the Cactuar.
Yeah, I seen a couple of them. I mean, it's all right. It's 2 mil though.
Fucking right, it is.
The
Imperador doesn't fuck around, man.
I guess not.
You think it's worth it?
2 mil? I don't think so. I'd rather get a Fenrir and a Cloud Strife card.
Okay, see, your first mistake was saying Cloud Strife card.
Why?
Because one of these things other people can enjoy. One of them. How often do you play Triple Triad?
Hey man, those other people don't pay my $12.99 or whatever I'm paying.
Yeah,
get what I like.
You don't pay yourself.
He right. Happy doesn't look pleased, but he right.
Listen, I'm just glad I didn't get Blitzball. Okay, I've won this patch no matter how you look at it.
Dude, everybody thought you were even convinced.
I said it's Blitz. Obviously, it was Blitzball. That was what I kept saying. Because they've been saying all expansion. Yeah, we know we're working on it. We just haven't figured this out. He's like, well, clearly they must have. They had to have.
Do you think it's still coming, or do you think now it's like they scrapped it?
Please no. Sorry, audio listeners. I'm pantomiming and very gently whispering. No.
5.0. Please and thank you.
No.
Teach us how to blitz.
I want to be a blitzball when I grow up.
It's like, can we do that at once?
Yeah.
You know why I was especially grateful? Because that's way too big of a of a blitzball right there. Yours is like a fucking. What the fuck is this?
No, we were praising Yevon.
Yeah, well, Yevon's not like this. It's like this. It's like this, the same side of the ball.
I got a little into it. I leaned back.
Yeah.
Dude, you look like you were trying to contain a spirit bomb or something. Like you.
Okay, I gotta work on my form. Okay.
It's all right. Broly comes out on Wednesday.
I'm sorry. Are you of the Church of Yevon? Is there something I need to know?
I'm of the Church of no fucking blitzball. How about that? For me, it looks more like this.
Oh,
Just a little bit on the end right there. That part at the end is just my sanctuary. How about that? I'd rather get snowboarding. I want the monster arena. I'll take snowboarding. I'll take Tetramaster, which we already have a card game, and Tetramaster is garbage. I'll take that over Blitzball. Okay?
Blitzball could be hype, dude. Imagine if they made it like an old school Madden or NHL Hits or something, dude, and you're just slamming kids.
Here, I'll take Chronobind from 10-2 before I take Blitzball. Chronobind's just a numbers game. That's all it is. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, hey, I meant to ask you about something. Monk changes.
Dude, Tornado kicks 1% better. Tornado kicks 1%. I mean, yeah, and if you can't hit positionals, yeah, but Tornado kicks 1% better.
How big does the True North change? Are you feeling like you're getting way more positionals?
I mean, other than Serrha, I haven't really done.
Okay.
And Serryu's kind of a dickhead when it comes to like uptime at times, unless you're willing to eat the fucking AoEs. So
yeah,
I mean, it's like True North, and then I end up being able to get positionals until the next True North, which is good because that's how I wanted it to be. I'm sorry. Sphere Break was the one I was thinking of, not Chronobind.
Just fucking eat it.
I like True North, man. Dragoon's gonna use that shit too. I mean, you get like 10 extra Kenki when you fucking positional and shit.
Oh, positionals are good for Sam. I just don't have as many as you, so I thought maybe it was like a super big change for monks.
It's great.
It's okay for Sam's.
It's pretty good. I mean, we got 20 extra potency on every positional. I mean, on every non-positional anyway. So now it's just like it covers that last 20 on all of them, which is fucking dope.
They just keep giving y'all shit, though. Why? I don't understand.
I didn't ask for anything, Sly. I'm in the Dragoon boat now. I didn't ask for anything. They just gave it to me.
Yeah, like
I did want True North, but True North's not a monk specific thing. I wanted that for everybody.
Well, monks benefit
melee specific thing. Yeah.
Hey, Dragoons benefit a lot too. Sometimes they got 3 positionals back to back in every 5-part combo that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess they do.
And they got heavy thrust, which, the damage portion at the very least is positional.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man, it's not just me. It's just every single one of mine is positionals. All 6 of mine do.
That's why I thought monks would be jumping up and down telling me, dude, I already know I could do this, and now I'm going to get this much extra potency, and this is going to really be like a 2% damage increase instead of a 1. And I thought, I don't know. I just thought maybe it would be a huge deal.
It is. It's all right. Samurai will probably get a bunch of monk shit next expansion. You get fucking Weeb Hood, and it does the same thing as Brotherhood.
If you ever want to have an episode about talking about what would be cool to do to classes next expansion, or just thinking about what might happen as far as adjustments go, I got a lot of thoughts on that road.
I have 0 thoughts. Because other than some very straightforward things, I have no fucking idea, because I know what Bard went through 2 expansions in a row.
Yeah. I'm not saying you can predict it, but a man could dream. Is there anything like you've been hoping for, like you would like to see Monk get? Like Chi Blast? Okay. There it is.
That's a ranged attack finally. And it's such shit too, because they give us a ranged attack and it's just like imagine you go into the expansion, you get what is the equivalent of fucking spear throw.
Piercing.
That is not an exciting thing to get.
No. Not in the slightest. It keeps DPS up. Okay.
Well, it could be cool though. What do you do during downtime? You pump up your chakras, right?
Yeah, you bump your chakras to 5 and you get your positionals ready back to demolish.
Right. That with form shift.
Yeah.
I was thinking, what if they made Chi Blast on chakras too? So something like a GCD you could do from range, but maybe that would suck.
Yeah, but if odds are I don't do it from range. Odds are if I'm doing it, there's no target period, and then I don't have anything to use it on.
Yeah.
So it would have to be really fucking dope for me to consider doing that.
Yeah, true.
Just someone was like, give us GL5 and then Tornado Kick just takes away 3 of them. So you never out of Grease Lightning stack. And then the double Tornado Kick is you going from 5 down to 2, up to 3, down to 0, and then whatever new ability completely refreshes all 5 of them.
Then they have to make another emote because Galaxy Brain isn't enough. Then you need like Multiverse Brain or something like that.
Yeah, sure. All right, we'll go with that. Anyway, Blue Mage is on Tuesday. I'm looking forward to that. I'll be up bright and early. We'll Slyh. Will you be Slyh, aka Blue Mage?
No.
Why not?
I will be a blue mage, but we'll just
I got something for Tuesday, Slyh.
Oh my god, no! Please no.
You know?
No.
You know?
No.
Well, where's your pimp cane, man?
It's my back scratcher. See?
Okay, there it is. There he is. He's level 1, ready to go, boys.
Yeah,
into
level
the Blue
1.
Masquerade.
There you go, level 1. This is
He
level
got
1 Blue Mage right here, and I got a GG shirt as well. That's part of it.
This dude just walked out of Ulda with a level 1 oak branch, a blue mask, and he says,
"Oh, you know what? I should use the other side because the other side's got these things, and these things look like they could, whatever."
He's ready to rock. He's ready to go.
I don't have a hat. I mean, I could get a hat. Where's my Steel Series hat?
Oh God!
No, it's all the way over there. I don't want to go get it. That would require
Ladies and
standing.
gentlemen, that is our show for the week. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Hat Blue Mage now will thank our patrons for combating hashtag demonetize and whatnot, and he will do this as a Blue Mage because content, right? Right?
Yeah,
Naps?
yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's I got the cane and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, this is for the stream Tuesday, but you get a little preview right now. Slyh, don't bite. Slyh, I see you biting your lip. I know you like it, but you need to relax. All right. I can tell how excited you are via the emotions on your
Can
face.
you just thank our patrons, please?
I can indeed do that. So thank you to our patrons for supporting the stream. We shouted out Steel Series for their sponsorship at the beginning. Now we get to shout out our patrons who have supported us through hashtag demonetized this entire time. I like how he's holding his hands up so he knows I won't type PogChamp. So he won't type. Although he probably typed it out 20 fucking minutes ago and he's been waiting this whole time. And then Fahros just typed it out and he thinks I didn't hear him type it. You got a loud enough keyboard there, buddy. Anyway. I just expect you to make the face anyway, so it doesn't matter. So anyway, we got to thank our patrons of light first. We have Khuja Cross on Jenova, who has a nice little picture to remind us of Requiem for Heroes, and just a little reminder of just some things that we got looking forward to and whatnot. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. I know I am. It just makes me want part 2 even more. And then we also have, and I have to do this one at a time because one of the images, as you can see, just like last week, one of the images is like long, giggity, and the other one is like normal size, so it like cuts in front of it. And then we have Kurenai Oni, our other patron of light, who decided that he was kind of bored with Serrha and everything that was going on, so he just took a bath. He's just taking a bath. It's fine. Sometimes you just gotta cool off, you don't, it's real stressful, all this fighting, it gets you all sweaty. And he's very kindly provided a nice spring around the battle arena to freshen up, so that way you can hop back.
I love how he's doing that during the shaky phase too.
Well, I mean, there's no AoEs in there, so he's safe.
Even if the tanks don't grab the tethers, he's good to go.
Yeah, even if the tanks don't grab the tethers, he's good to go, right? And if he does have a tether, he's facing it away from everyone else. He's being a team player right here. See? It doesn't matter if everyone's dead. We don't need to talk about that part. All right? It doesn't matter that everyone in the arena is dead and that G-Pose is there. It's fine. So thank you to our 2 patrons of light. But as I'm well aware with both of these 2 specifically on the show, that we're not done because we have other sponsors to thank as well. We have our standard sponsors for Stay the Realm in particular. We have Nyric Vizsla of the Red, Krista Azuki, Crazed Demeter from Midgard. I don't you lean forward, Sly. Raijin Ventinus from Cactar, Carol, Ray, Senshi, Shadow Link on the Tonberry server, Dom, Asuka Wake from Jenova, Lamillianella of Vickers Summer, Serren the Fennel family, Janhyua Yotsuyu, Kifca and the Great Eagles on Exodus, Darkgraver, Aoshi from Kujata, Skia Symphonia from Ragnarok, Rylanator Westaus The Purple Warrior, Don't Think I Don't See You, Eadric Redsteele on Exodus, Lexxie Valentine, Mantaru the Rivivus FC from Zodiark, Sour Cream and Tribes from Jenova, Rynoet Chikara, Aoshi Valefar, Siren, Phoenix Down FC on Goblin, and Serren from Zodiark. Then we have our elite sponsors for Stay of the Realm as well. We have Zeravire of Coeurl, Alchemy, Shinka, Casual Heroes FC on Midgard Summer, Touch Shock on Hyperion, Kane Azuki from Jenova, U-Star on Coeurl, Slithal, Sarah Frost from Behemoth, Holy Tabasco, Red Thorn Asura, Crass 015, Mustang, Serenity FC on Ultras, Cat Kazuma, Ignis Fairgun from Excalibur, Valestra Fanprick, Knock Quarters from Excalibur, Corvus Moonsguard, Private Mikey, Nani Kusami, Video Digger, Kill Hackman, Wall Jr., and Kiltastic Jones. I could see you the whole time, and I held firm. I held firm.
Man. You did good, man.
It really sucks. The audio people have nothing for this. They're just like, I don't get it. What's so funny?
They'll have to check the YouTube video.
They will have to check. They're really going to be missing out on something if they don't fucking check the YouTube video right now.
Hey, if you're just listening, why don't you rewind about 5 minutes and just watch the stream? Just watch the YouTube video for a little bit. I don't think you'll regret it.
You might. There's a chance you might.
I think Sly's actually crying.
I think the last time I saw Sly cry this much was when I got him a Christmas card.
Aw.
Yeah, but it was a Christmas card that was John Cena. So
it was a John Cena Christmas card.
Yeah, it's like he knows when you're asleep, he knows when you're awake, he knows when you've been good, and then he opens it and he says, "And his name is John Cena." No, it literally plays it like audio.
It literally plays
that's great.
The audio card.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good meme. Dated now, but good meme. All right. With that, though, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to sign off and get ready to go on into post-show. So first, I'd like to thank Fahros for joining us on this show.
Was a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you at?
Sure. Twitter at Fahros, twitch.tv/Fahros. I stream every day, Monday through Friday, in between the hours of 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. United States Central Time. We do a lot of endgame raiding. I got 2 characters, so I can raid pretty much any time of day. We're doing EX Primals. We're doing Savages. We've done an Ultimate. We're trying to get some people for more. If you guys are ever looking to get into the raiding scene of this game, one of the things I always try to do is live commentate everything that's happened on stream and provide analysis when I can. So I'm always trying to bring in new players, bring in more people into the scene. I'd love to see you there. Come by, say what up, even if it's just a quick hello. We'd love to see you. And I'm live one day on the weekends as well, normally Saturdays. It was a pleasure. Happy. Thank you for having me. Sly, thank you for the laughs. And everybody who was watching, thank you for watching.
All right. Thank you, Fahros. Sly,
Thank you.
You're up next. Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you at, good sir?
You can find me on twitch.tv/Slyakagreyfox 7 days a week, usually at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Twitter at Slythefox, youtube.com/The Velvet Room, facebook.com/Slyakagreyfox. Yeah, I play a lot of shit. Next week starts the beginning of a lot of the January shit. Ace Combat 7 next Friday. And then since Ace Combat 7 and Travis Strikes Again come out on the same exact day, I'm going to have to start Travis Strikes Again the following Monday. But even still, like, a lot of games, like, play too much. I'm really having fun with Super Robot Wars. It is so weeby. It is so RPG-y, if that's even a word. I just play games. Play too many goddamn games. But, yeah, that's where you can find me. Haps. Can they actually find you under the mask?
The John Cena memes are gone. The John Cena meme has nothing to do with this. It helps that I'm in front of a blue background, though. You guys don't see it, you two, but they see it right here. It's very fitting.
No,
I'm watching it on the stream. It looks good.
There you go. Yeah, you're damn right it looks good. Me and my cane of some kind. I should just get one of my umbrellas. I think that would look more pimpish. I feel like pimps use umbrellas, but not back scratchers.
No. They don't use a back scratcher.
No, Not in the traditional sense, at the very least. Hi, you can find me, Mr. Happy1227, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of those places. We'll be up bright and early for Blue Mage on Tuesday, and in between that, I will be appearing on Aetheryte Radio tomorrow. I will be joining them on both the 12th and the 19th for some discussions about patch 4.5 as well, and various aspects of it. So be on the lookout for that as well. You follow me on Twitter, then as soon as it's available, you'll know. Because it won't be uploaded on my YouTube. So you won't know then. But you'll know on Twitter.
Follow him on Twitter.
So follow me there. Follow me there. You got it? Okay. Good. And yes, I will be wearing this on Tuesday. We also have Kingdom Hearts 3 at the end of the month. We've been doing some Final Fantasy 11 in between some Final Fantasy 14 stuff. And yeah, it's going to be a busy next several months. So please be on the lookout for all that stuff. So with that, gentlemen, we thanked our sponsors. We did it in somewhat new format.
Somewhat.
You guys laughed. I'm wearing a blue mask, and I think we can end the show with all that accomplished.
It was a good show.
Yes.
Yeah. So as a reminder, the next show will be on Tuesday. Getting back to that. And Ethos will be joining us for Spoilercast on Tuesday. So all the things we couldn't talk about today, we'll talk about on Tuesday. And then the following Tuesday is Blue Mage show. Following Tuesday is Kingdom Hearts 3, so no fucking show that week. Following show after that is FanFest, and so on and so forth.
Oh, so, FanFest coming up quick.
February 2nd and 3rd. February 2nd opening keynote. February 3rd live letter.
Can't wait.
Confirmed.
I will punch you in the face, Sly. And if the gunblade wielding job isn't a tank, I'm going to punch myself in the face, not while wearing this mask.
What did Sly say that caused you to say you'll punch him in the face?
Arithmetician, new job confirmed.
Oh,
yeah.
We all know what we're getting, Sly.
Yeah, Gunblade's going to be a machinist. You and I have had this discussion.
No,
anyway,
you're right.
Gunblade's going to be a tank, dude. I called it last year.
No, the
You're
machinist
right.
is going to
It's not
get
going to be
Gunblade.
arithmetician. It's not going to be arithmetician. It's going to be calculator. There we go. All right. So,
Guy's going to teach us too.
That got loud.
thank you so much for coming out to State of the Realm. We'll see you next week. Until then, take care.
Bye. Goodbye.